Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Vista in California. Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling start to your Shake It Up Saturday. Oh, but not do it too much. It puts the hair out of alignment. Shake It Up Saturday is all about trying new things, doing something out of the ordinary. So I was reading in, I'm really enjoying this book, Think Positive, Live Happy. It's a Chicken Soup for the Soul book. They have, I love the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. They have such great things in here. But the one I was reading this morning was called Why Not? And the quote is by Kevin Smith, and I'm going to make a meme out of it for later on, but I've got to do this quick because I've got to be in my mastermind group in 25 minutes. If you're alive, kick into drive, chase whimsies, see if you can turn dreams into a way to make a living, if not an entire way of life. And that's by the comedian Kevin Smith. So the story goes, my husband had given me an early Christmas present, a comedy show with my favorite screenwriter and director, Kevin Smith. The year had been filled with more lows than any other year in my life, and I was ready for a break. Sound familiar? We waited in the tightly packed bar area until the doors opened and filed into the theater in line. We started chatting with 3 other people behind us and admiring the Kevin Smith apparel they had worn to the show. Are you 5 together? The lady at the door inquired. We looked at each other hesitantly. We could be, I asked cautiously. I replied cautiously. Well, I have a table for 5 up front. Otherwise, I can seat you separately upstairs in the balcony, she responded. We're definitely together, I replied, trying to act nonchalant. Up front? No way. We followed the lady to our seats, and I tried to contain myself as the lights went down and people started clapping and cheering. Music was playing and the announcer gave a brief introduction before Kevin Smith walked out and appeared on stage. I was in awe. Have you ever done that when somebody that you've followed for a while is suddenly there in person in front of you? It's an amazing feeling. I had never had such amazing seats at a comedy show before. Halfway through the show, Kevin told us that he was essentially a person with a dream who never gave up on it. Aren't we always talking about never giving up on dreams? Then these life-changing words came out of his mouth. You've got to get rid of why people in your life and spend more time with the why not people you meet. That simple yet profound advice completely changed my outlook. I had always been a bit of a risk taker in terms of going skydiving, dirt bike riding, or backpacking in the mountains. But this made me reflect on how cautious I had been about pursuing my personal goals. Aren't we always cautious about pursuing our personal goals? Yeah, we'll go out and do other stuff that pumps the adrenaline and that sort of stuff, but when it comes to personal goals, some of us are a little bit like, yeah, not so sure. A couple of weeks after the show, I applied for a new job within my company, and I got it. I was finally working in a much happier environment, and I was thriving. Even my husband told me how good it was to see me smile again when I came home from work. I also started writing again for the first time in 8 years. Writing had always been a passion of mine, but once I graduated college, I would come up with excuses that were essentially reasons why I couldn't write. I had lost both grandparents and our dogs, and writing became cathartic and therapeutic process for me. My new why not mentality helped me through my grief, and I decided to submit my work to publishers, not really believing anything would come of it, but my new attitude brought me the fulfillment of a dream that I had had since childhood. My first written words were published the following year by Chicken Soup for the Soul. In addition, my husband and I finally decided to search for a rescue dog after losing both of ours. Our new hound nourishes and rebuilds a piece of my soul each day. I can totally attest to that one. These may be small changes, but together they create something bigger than I could ever have imagined. I had gone to the comedy show expecting to cut loose and laugh at some raunchy jokes, but what I got out of the experience was life-changing. It was the greatest gift I could ever received at that time in my life, and I will forever be grateful. 2 simple words change my life every day. Why not? And that's written by Gwen Cooper out of Think Positive and Live Happy. So why not? Why not go out there today and start following your dreams? You know, it's all about shaking it up, doing something out of the ordinary, stepping outside your comfort zone. I am so far outside my comfort zone, I no longer know where it is. Although I am told by my mentor I do have a cuddly blanket to keep me company in the outside the comfort zone area, so I don't get too antsy. But you know, why do we keep putting our dreams off? We're here, we're only got this one life to live. We've got to make the most of it and get to the end of our life with no regrets. There are so many regrets that people have when they come to the end of their life. My husband's regrets at the end of his life one of his biggest regrets was he would never get to see his grandsons grow up. And at the time he had a 2.5-year-old grandson. So, and he or never get to see his grandchildren, so his grandchildren grow up. Because he knew there were going to be more coming, but he would never get to meet them, interact with them, play with them, watch them grow into beautiful adults and all of that sort of thing. He had one grandson that was 2.5 years old, and his biggest regret was he would never get to see his grandchildren grow up. And, ow, sorry. The dog just dropped her bone on my foot, right on the joint of my toe. Thanks, Zeph. So, go out there today, shake things up, start looking at your life and thinking, why not? Why am I holding back? Get rid of the excuses, shake it up, get out there and start pursuing your dreams. I got to run. Have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys later. Hei konera.